We should get everybody.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 5:30. We will call the meeting to order. We have actually three meetings. So we have a statutory public meeting, regular council, and a regular closed session. So we'll call the statutory public meeting to order at 5:30 PM and ask if there were any amendments to the agenda.
Through you, Mary Lawrence, I have none.
Thank you. Confirmation of the agenda for the statutory public meeting, November 19th, 2025, be approved as presented. Moved by Councillor Cassidy, seconded by Councillor Nagle. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Declarations of pecuniary interest.
Through you, Mary Lawrence, I have none.
Thank you. We have an application for a zoning bylaw amendment, application number Z07-2025, Bigwood South. The applicant is the municipality of Sioux. This public meeting is being held pursuant to section 34 of the Planning Act, RSO 1990, chapter P13 as amended. The purpose and effect of the zoning bylaw amendment, application number Z07-2025, is to rezone the subject lands from the mixed use exception 1, MU1 zone, to the mixed use MU zone. The rezoning is to permit residential development on the subject lands. The planning coordinator will confirm how notice was served to advertise the public meeting.
Through Mayor Lawrence, notice was circulated to internal staff and external bodies by email. Notice was advertised in the Sioux Bulletin and on the municipal website and social media, and also sent by mail to various agencies and property owners within 120 meters of the subject property. Signs were also posted on the subject property.
Thank you. The planning coordinator will provide a summary of the applications.
Through Mayor Lawrence, a zoning bylaw amendment application has been initiated by the municipality of Sioux for the subject lands municipally known as Bigwood South and legally described as GTP BLK 10PT RP 23R4051 Part 1 PCL 30880. The purpose and effect of the zoning bylaw amendment application is to rezone the subject lands from the mixed use exception 1 zone to the mixed use zone. The proposed rezoning is to permit residential development on the subject lands. Residential development is not permitted in the mixed use exception 1 zone. The subject lands were previously owned by the municipality and were sold to private ownership in 2024 with the prospect of a mixed-use hub development consisting of commercial and residential uses. The subject lands were zoned as mixed use in the 2011 zoning bylaw and permitted a range of residential uses from single detached dwellings to apartments. Council passed bylaw 47-13 in 2013 to rezone the subject lands from the mixed use to the mixed use exception 1 holding zone. Where a holding is applied to the zoning of a property, the permitted uses on the property is limited to existing uses until such time that certain conditions are fulfilled. In this case, the conditions included the following: the completion of an environmental impact statement, noise and vibration study, and a site plan control agreement. The justification for the rezoning of the subject lands in 2013 was to prohibit sensitive land uses, specifically residential uses on the subject lands due to its proximity to the municipal airport. The mixed-use exception 1 holding zone for the subject property was retained in the 2018 municipal zoning bylaw. The required environmental impact statement and noise and vibration study were completed in 2021. Council passed bylaw 53-23 in 2023 to remove the holding on the zoning of the subject lands. The municipality advertised and sold the subject lands to the current owner with the prospect of developing a mixed-use hub containing commercial and residential development. The purpose and effect of the zoning bylaw amendment is to rezone the subject lands from the mixed-use exception 1 zone to the mixed-use zone to permit residential development on the subject lands. The subject lands are designated mixed use and located in the urban Sioux settlement area in the municipal official plan. The subject lands have an approximate lot area of 10 hectares and 300 meters of lot frontage on Bigwood Lake. The 2024 Provincial Planning Statement is a policy document that provides policy direction on the development and uses of lands in the province of Ontario. All land use planning and development must be consistent with the Provincial Planning Statement. The subject lands are located in the urban Sioux local settlement area in the municipal official plan. Urban Sioux local settlement area is considered a settlement area in the context of the Provincial Planning Statement. The Provincial Planning Statement directs that settlement areas shall be the focus of growth and development. The proposed rezoning will focus development in a settlement area in the municipality. The Provincial Planning Statement states that airports shall be protected from incompatible land uses and development by prohibiting new residential development and other sensitive land uses in areas near airports above the 30 noise exposure frequency and 30 noise exposure forecast area, and prohibiting land uses which may cause possible aviation hazard. The subject lands are located outside the 30 noise exposure forecast areas as indicated on Schedule A1 of the Municipal Official Plan. The noise and vibration study from 2021 concluded that noise and vibration from airport operations and surrounding land uses will not prevent sensitive land uses on the subject lands, including residential development. All future development on the subject lands will be subject to approval from the municipal airport manager. The Provincial Planning Statement directs that municipal sewage and water services are the preferred servicing options for development in settlement areas. The subject lands have access to municipal sewage and water, and all future development on the subject lands will be connected. The proposed zoning bylaw amendment is consistent with the Provincial Planning Statement. The Municipal Official Plan is a policy document that establishes a vision, guiding principles, and policies to manage development within the municipality. All land use planning and development must conform to the official plan. The subject lands are located in the urban Sioux local settlement area, and the Municipal Official Plan directs that development and growth shall be focused in this area. The proposed zoning bylaw amendment will direct development to the urban Sioux local settlement area. The subject lands are designated as mixed use in the official plan. The official plan states that lands designated as mixed use in the official plan are areas that have been identified as strategic locations within the municipality that are fully serviced and are in visible locations with good road access. Residential uses are permitted in the mixed use designation in the official plan. Land use compatibility must be assessed when considering land uses within the vicinity of an airport. An environmental impact statement, noise and vibration impact study, an archaeological study, and a traffic impact study are studies that have been completed to assess compatibility between a mixed-use hub on the subject lands and airport operations and other land uses in the area. These studies have demonstrated that a mixed-use hub at Bigwood South would be compatible with surrounding land uses, including the municipal airport, subject to some building and site design recommendations. Such recommendations include a sidewalk and crosswalk installation at Highway 516, incorporating noise mitigation designs such as triple pane windows in buildings, among others. The proposed zoning bylaw amendment conforms to the official plan. All zoning bylaw amendment applications must be consistent with the general intent of the municipal zoning bylaw. The subject lands are located in the mixed-use exception 1 zone. Residential uses are not permitted in the mixed-use exception 1 zone. The mixed-use exception 1 zone was established to prohibit residential uses which were deemed incompatible with surrounding land uses, including the municipal airport. Studies have demonstrated that residential uses on the subject lands will be compatible with other surrounding land uses. The subject lands have an approximate lot area of 10 hectares and a lot frontage of 300 meters on Bigwood Lake. The subject lands meet the minimum lot area and lot frontage requirements for the mixed-use zone. The proposed rezoning is in keeping with the general intent of the municipal zoning bylaw.
Thank you. The planning coordinator will read out any correspondence received from government agencies and municipal staff.
Through Mayor Lawrence, so we received some correspondence from MNR, Minister of Natural Resources, who indicated that they have no concerns with the proposed rezoning. And also the airport manager submitted some comments, and I read. The airport manager suggests that any and all noise mitigation factors be considered and implemented by the developer.
Planning coordinator will read out any correspondence received from members of the public.
Through Mayor Lawrence, there were none.
The applicant or representative is invited to speak to the applications, and I think we just have. Is there staff, is there anybody who's speaking other than planning? No, thank you. Questions from council? Councilor Lane.
Just in regards to the crosswalk from the airport to the property, that's a municipal responsibility.
Through your Mayor Lawrence, that would be determined through the development phase. Once we have a finalized kind of site plan, then the traffic impact statement will be updated and will determine if additional work is needed, then that decision would have to be made at that time, whether it's municipal or responsibility of the developer.
Councilor Costa.
It says in here that all,
Councilor Costa.
sorry. It said on the report that all future development proposals on the subject land will be subject to approval of the airport manager to ensure that said development does not constitute an aviation hazard, and it goes on a little bit more. Is that standard practice?
Stuff.
Through Mayor Lawrence, so under the municipal zoning bylaw, all development within this area is subject to approval from the airport manager.
I think there's that's demarcated on the official plan, is it not? The area that is included in that review. So. Yeah.
So that's standard practice. Anything around the airport has to have the airport
I'm
manager.
giving you my memory on this. I believe that's the case, absolutely. If it's in there's a name for that airport zone, the flight zone and whatever, but the airport manager through, I think that's through Transportation Canada would be a requirement. Anything further, council? All right, questions from members of the public. Members of the public are invited to speak to the application. The public can ask questions of clarification or seek background information, speak in support of the application, or speak in opposition to the application. All questions will be directed through the chair. It is requested that only one question be asked at a time. Please identify yourself before you ask your question so that you can be properly recorded in the minutes of the public meeting. Are there any members of the public who wish to speak? Seeing none. This concludes the public meeting regarding zoning bylaw amendment application number Z07-2025. If any member of the public wishes to be notified of the decision of council in respect of the application, you must make a written request to the planning coordinator. Notice to appeal the decisions of council to the Ontario Land Tribunal must be filed with the planning coordinator no later than 20 days from the date of the notice of decision is circulated. The notice to appeal shall be sent to the attention of the planning coordinator, and it must include the following information: the reason for the appeal and the fee as prescribed under the Ontario Land Tribunal Act in the amount of $1,100 each for the official plan amendment and the zoning bylaw amendment, payable by certified check to the Minister of Finance, Province of Ontario. So we have two options, and since there was no opposition, I think we'll take option one, which would be that council receives the planning report
That's correct.
and dated November 19th, 2025, respecting zoning bylaw amendment number Z07-2025, and further, the council authorizes the passing of bylaw number 65-25, being a bylaw to amend bylaw number 85-18, being a comprehensive zoning bylaw for the incorporation of the municipality sewer code as amended for application number Z07-2025. Moved by Councillor Van Breda, seconded by Councillor Legault. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. confirmatory bylaw, that bylaw number 73-25. Being allowed to confirm the proceedings of the Council of the Corporation of the Municipality of Sioux in November 19th, 2025 statutory public meeting, be read a first, second, and third time passed. Moved by Councillor Legos, seconded by Councillor Van Breda. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. And will there be something added then to the,
Yeah.
to the bylaws of the, sorry. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So it's 5:45 and I will call the regular council meeting of November the 19th to order. And I'll just note that CAO Ken has sent a note this afternoon saying he was taken ill and is unable to be here tonight. So as we proceed, Jackie is the acting clerk. And I'll just ask council to direct questions to me and I'll direct them to staff appropriately. I hope they'll let me know if I'm inappropriate. Amendments to the agenda.
Through you, Mayor Lawrence, yes, there's two agendas tonight, two amendments to the agenda tonight. Add in the report section 7.8 zoning bylaw amendment application number Z07-2025 Bigwood South, and add bylaw 6525 to the bylaw section, being a bylaw to amend the zoning bylaw. That's it.
Thank you. A motion that the agenda for the regular council meeting of November 19th, 2025 be approved as amended. Moved by Councilor Timpson, seconded by Councilor Cassidy. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Declarations of pecuniary interest.
Through you, Mayor Lawrence, I have none.
Thank you. And we have minutes to adopt for the October 2nd, 2025 and October 7th, 2025 special council meeting and the October 15th, 2025 regular council meeting be adopted as presented. Moved by Councilor, seconded by Councilor Van Breda. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor? Carried. And a motion that the minutes of the October 1st, 2025 Environment Committee meeting be received. Moved by Councilor Nago, seconded by Councilor Cassidy. Discussion. Councilor Timpson.
I just wonder if we should remove the names of the people. There were some, sorry. There were some names in the minutes. I wonder if they should be removed. I think we overlooked that when we approved them.
We can look into that. And that's been approved by the Environment Committee
Overlooked, yeah.
in general, so.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there, who's the staff resource on this?
Yeah.
Come on, yeah.
I think he might have been away for that meeting, but at any rate,
We do the survey.
So should we be deferring receipt of these? It wouldn't hurt to defer. These are-
Yeah, we could definitely defer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to point out too, that I'm hoping that we can, get more movement on it, that we can get the collectors of the hazard waste to let us know how many households we're collecting from, and that'll help the Environment Committee to promote it more. We've managed to get the number of kilograms collected each time, and it's lower than 2020. We I think we got 6,600 this year kilograms, lower than 2020. But that will help us to push the program more if we know how many households. Like some cars were going out there and they were taking 3 households worth of waste, and the collectors wouldn't note that as 3. But if we can get them to document that, then it's easier for us to promote the program.
So can
It's nothing to do with the minutes, but it's just wanted to comment. Yeah.
staff resource on it? Is that you, Jody? Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll take that under consideration and come back?
Yeah, we can ask. Sometimes getting the information is a little difficult, but yeah, we can ask always.
Okay. Very good. So, okay, just how do I've got it on the table already? Can I just, say we're going to defer that and review? Randy?
Yeah, that's,
Fair enough, council?
Mhm.
There's nothing pending, the receipt of this.
that's correct. And we'll just bring it forward next month. Yeah.
Very good.
Had a chance.
Council attention, at some point, you could just talk to, the clerk about the names.
Yeah, and
So, okay,
Okay. Yeah.
I just wasn't sure in the protocol on that, and I think we overlooked it when we approved the meeting.
so it's,
We discuss it after.
so it's deferred and thank you. Very good. Determination of items requiring separate discussion. 7.1 Ontario Forest Fire Smoke Kitty Grant, and I think I'm gonna lift this just for a quick comment. I think I will actually lift 7.2 as well for a quick comment. And the kids kaleidoscope. I will lift that, the
You missed the
representative here.
Miss the seniors dinner.
Did I miss? Oh, I thought that's what I said, seniors dinner, sorry, that's the seniors dinner.
Said kids.
Yeah, and kids kaleidoscope. Green Municipal Fund, 7.4. 7.5 Hillcrest Landscaping. 7.6 Hillcrest Land Sales, box E and F. 7.7, I'm going to lift that, I just want to make only for clarity on that one. And we don't lift 7.8 Bigwood is Bigwood Bay. We will not lift that. Very good. Adoption of items not requiring separate discussion. So, motion that we receive that we adopt item 7.4, 7.6, and 7.8.
7.4, 7.6, it's 7.8, correct.
Moved by Councilor Lego, all in favor? Sorry, seconded by, let's do that first, seconded by Councilor Cassidy, all in favor? Carried, thank you. And starting with 7.1. The council authorizes the passing of bylaw number 68-25, being a bylaw to authorize and direct the mayor and the clerk to execute an agreement between the municipality of Sioux and His Majesty the King and Right of Ontario as represented by the Honorable Mike Harris, Minister of Natural Resources. Moved by Councilor Cassidy, seconded by Councilor Thornbury. So I think this is important to me. We go through the emergency exercise every year, and forest fire and fire hazard is the biggest single danger that we identify for the municipality. So I commend this, and I think we need to proceed with this and as much as we can do to protect our community. Do you have any comments, Chief?
Through you, Mayor Lawrence, I agree.
Very good. So council, anything?
Just so the community understands, so is this going to create an information package that goes to the community so that they understand what they need to do to be prepared for forest fires and preventative?
Through you, Mayor Lawrence, not exactly. The best example I can provide of the wildfire protection plan will be very similar to the community risk assessment exercise we completed in 2024, where it provides us with a kind of larger overarching document that guides municipal decisions at a larger scale. Individual residents who are trying to apply fire smart practices to their properties, we have a different program in place to help them with that.
Yeah, this is a bit bigger picture. We're doing the fire smart for individual residences and a different package, but this to me is the community as a whole protecting itself. What we can do municipal wise in collaboration with partners, not necessarily individual residents.
Absolutely.
Did I see anything, Councilor Layton?
Yeah, so part of this grant was to create a community wildfire protection plan. It seemed that you already identified some areas that are a risk at the moment. And so that you posted something that you might see some smoke around town. Can you just sort of explain that we've already found some risks around the community and before the plan is even made.
Yes, to you, Mayor Lawrence, Councilor Leibel, that is 100% correct. We know some target areas we're focusing our efforts on behalf of the municipality within our borders. We're doing what we can. There has been some slash pile burning in areas where we can't easily remove down and piled debris from the downdraft event in 2022 and similar type of cleanups that have been accumulating on our landscape. So that was the burning notice that went out. We also burned the municipal landfill's yard waste pile the other day, as we do annually in conjunction with the MNRF and the other agencies that affect that. This will, again, like Mayor Lawrence said, provide kind of a larger scale to guide municipal operations, even exceeding our boundaries. This will tie into forest management planning in and around the municipality and help us to avoid the disasters that we've seen in recent years in other communities across Canada.
Thank you.
Thank you. We can only do our best.
I'm trying,
Good job.
And hope for good snowfall and good rainfall in the spring.
Exactly.
Anything further, council?
but not too much rain.
Yeah. Nothing further, all in favor? Carried. Thank you, chief.
Thank you.
7.2, the council approves the request for the Sioux Seniors Christmas Dinner organizers to provide public transit services for the event on December 1st, 2025, and that the associated costs be covered through council's donation budget. Moved by Mr. Costco, seconded by Councilor Timpson. And I've been invited to speak at this Sioux, at this seniors dinner, so you better approve this, otherwise. It's a small amount. There hasn't been a seniors dinner, I believe, since 2019. It came along and then it fell off the track, so it's getting back on. The group working hard. I think this deserves council support. It's a small request. But it actually impacts quite a few people using the accessible bus that we have. That's it. Staff, any comments? Councilor Constable.
I just wanted to note that we have allocated a sum of money for donations like this, which has not been used. So, I mean, if there's other people out there, time is
We're gonna get
ticking.
there tonight.
You don't have very much time left. So, because it expires at the end of December. So we have quite a bit of money left.
Anything further, council? All in favor? Carried, thank you. Thank you. 7.3, the council considers the donation request from Kids Kaleidoscope and direct staff how to proceed. So I'll fill in that, have a mover, and then we'll fill in that blank after. Moved by Councilor Costco, seconded by Councilor Timpson. And this, there is a member of the group here that wrote the request. I think this, as Councilor Costco says, I'm not sure if this is exactly the same fund, but this is from Council's donations fund. It's underutilized at this point in the year. The year is coming up to an end. This seems to be a very worthy effort that has been here before, and they've acquired sources from other funds from other sources. So I think it's worth our support. Council, comments, questions? Councilor Cost.
We should probably note to people too that this funding comes from the accommodation tax, does it not?
Through you, Mayor Lawrence, yes.
So this is not coming
These are
from
different-
taxpayers. This money has been set aside and it's there to be used for people for donations. Yeah.
Councilor Timpson.
I was just unclear, maybe Dr. Gwynn can respond. I wasn't clear how much you're actually requesting. The report says 5,000. One of your letters said about 2/3 of that is covered by grants. And then in the other document you said it looked like your shortfall would be about 2,500. I wonder if you could clarify that.
Could please come on up to the mic, thanks.
So I'm Dr. Alice Gwynn, and myself and my husband are the co-presidents of the Kids Kaleidoscope, and we took it over from Dorothy Broderick about 1.5 years ago, and we just started to sort of get it going again. So the Canada Heritage and the Ontario Arts Program give us a lot of money, but it's not sufficient to cover all of our costs for a season. We try to have 5 shows. And in terms of how much, so yes, our deficit would be 2,500. But if there was 5,000, we would do more. So for instance, last year, because we didn't have any programming, we only managed to put 1 show on that was extremely cheap. It was wonderful. But we did a workshop. We got the Manitoba Theatre for Young People to come, and they did 3 days of workshops at the United Church. So if all there is 2,500, that's perfect. But if there's 5,000, then we will use it for extra programming.
The request is for 5,000.
Yes. But that's, if you're looking at the numbers, we don't have a deficit of 5,000. That's just because we're not planning for those
And
things.
this money will be spent in this for fiscal 2026 or 2020.
Our year is 2025, 2026. So we go from August to August.
You've already started, so.
Yeah, we've already had 1 show and we have another one in 2 weeks. 3 shows in the new year. And then, so if we got more money and we added in a Manitoba Theatre for Young People, that would be in 2026. But I couldn't tell you if it's going to be in February or in April somewhere.
Questions, Councilor?
No, I'm okay with that. I think I'd be happy to support the 5,000 as the first year you're just getting started in it. You'll have a sense of what, how much you need, how much you can collect and so on. So I'm okay with that. I just wanted that clarified from you.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
So anything further? Councilor Van Breen.
In a couple letter, it says that council currently has $9,400 remaining. So after the 5,000, just so that the public knows, we have 4,400 remaining in the donation request.
And 1,100.
Oh, yeah.
So
So if we know of any other good works that need an extra packaging.
4,000.
Having come to this as a member of the public who doesn't always know how things run, I would be interested in who's the person I need to talk to so that I can plan better for next year. Because it sounds like I'm coming at the end of the year, and then if I'd left it till January, I would have missed out on it.
Look to your left, I would think.
Okay. Excellent. Because there was also something mentioned about the hub, and sometimes, it would be great if we had hub transport to get to these events, especially because 2 of our events this year have been at Sacred Heart, which is quite far from First Avenue. So if we'd had hub transportation, we might have used it.
That's it's
awesome.
an application and whatever, but do speak to our treasurer first and she'll help you there.
Thanks.
Thank you. Anything further, council? So the clerk, the resolution will then read. Maybe you could help me. Thank you.
So I have here in draft here that council approves the donation of $1,000 for the Kids Kaleidoscope to be funded through the municipal accommodation tax.
Very good.
I have a question. Do we need to give a report afterwards, or is that Carly will let me know about that?
We'll let you know.
Through you, Mayor Lawrence, this comes out of council's donation pot.
It's not the med tax.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
so through the council's donation, but
And in council's donation budget after this, will there be anything left?
Between this and the hub transit request that came in, there'll be some funds still available.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
would you like me to read that over?
No.
I think we're clear that it's $5,000 donation from the council donation fund.
Correct, yes.
Council, all in favor? Carried. Thank you. Item 7.5, the council authorizes the passing of bylaw number 72-25, being a bylaw to authorize and direct the mayor and the clerk to execute an agreement between Corporation of the Municipality of Sioux and the Northern Ontario Heritage Fund, NOHFC, project number is 75001090 to complete landscaping at the Hillcrest development. Move by. Mover, Counselor Van Greda, seconded by Counselor Timpson. Discussion, Counselor Frostman?
Now, is this our final expense at this subdivision? Like, once this is done, are we done?
Through you, Mayor Lawrence, I'm hearing confirmation from our development services manager that yes, this is the last expense that we're anticipating.
Any further, Council? Seeing nothing, all in favor? Carried, thank you. 7.7. The Strong Mayor Powers report dated November 19th, 2025 be received by council for informational purposes only. Moved by Councilor Lego, seconded by Councilor Cassidy. Thank you. And I lifted this just to be clear. What this is all doing is keeping things absolutely status quo, but the province requires all these. Whether you're taking the Strong Mayor Powers or not, if you're not taking them, you have to do all these resolutions and motions and documents, and you have to do them until annually.
Some of them, yeah.
So, but I wanted to be clear that there's no misunderstanding anywhere that Strong Mayor powers are not being taken by this mayor. And this fulfills the obligations with the province to their legislation. Councilor Goss.
Just have a question. So if something happens and you change your mind, do you not have the right to change your mind? Like, once you declare it for the year and then it starts.
Clear for the year. Don't change my mind. It is a
Through you,
great.
Mayor Lawrence, the resolution's written as such. If you do change your mind, then a new resolution will come forward and we will sign it. That's the understanding. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So it's not absolute. Yeah.
But the only way I would change my mind, this council came to me and said, look, there's a serious advantage if you do this, because we might, it might be an advantage to the municipality, but absolutely, I've forgotten all about them, quite frankly, until this came to the table. It must be completed. It'll be, I was speaking to the clerk's department about this, and it'll make the election next year interesting, because I don't know what the province has in mind. Do people declare I'm running for mayor, but as a strong mayor, or I'm running for mayor not as a strong mayor? But then if they change their mind, how does that work? It's bizarre. Anything final, Council? No, okay. No, Council Bradbury, sorry.
My question actually is for Councillor Timpson. Has there been any discussion at the KDMA regarding the Strong Mayor powers? It seemed like, I remember the last meeting we had about this when Councillor Bone was for acting mayor, you mentioned that there have been talks at the KDMA meeting, but has there been any more, or has it kind of gone under the rug?
Councilor Timpson.
When it first came out, people were saying, no, they don't want this. We do have a meeting tomorrow, so I'll bring that up.
Okay.
And presumably they would, this isn't unique to Silicotta, but if a mayor is not accepting them, they all have to go through this to meet the legislative requirements. Any further, Council? Oh, Councilor Timpson.
Yeah, just a clarification on the last part about delegating to dismiss. I guess that would be to hire, delegating to council.
We refer to the clerk's department here.
Most of them were delegating to the CAO, but would this be delegating to council? I presume. It doesn't say.
So sorry, was that the organization?
Delegating.
Oh, delegation of chief administrative officer. So it says here,
Delegation.
that, mayor, hereby advise of my decision to delegate the power to appoint and dismiss the the chief administrative officer, including the power to assign them other duties under the section to municipal council.
So under the current regime, if I don't do this, if we don't do this, I have the power to dismiss. I'm saying, no, it's still council's.
Delegated to council, yeah.
Yeah, it's delegated back to council.
CAO, yeah, okay, okay. I
That's
just
why you're
wasn't
here tonight.
clear on that. And all the other delegations are to the CAO to do whatever.
As is, as is.
Yeah, yeah, okay, that's it. Okay.
All in favor? Carried, thank you. Delegations. Presents. How you feeling?
Me to read?
So, bylaw number 6825, being a bylaw to authorize and direct the mayor and the clerk to execute an agreement between the corporation of the municipality of Sioux Lookout and His Majesty the King in Right of Ontario, as represented by the Ministry of Natural Resources. Bylaw 6925, being a bylaw to authorize the mayor and the clerk to execute agreements and documents regarding the sale of here and after described land of the municipality of Sioux Lookout to Opus 69 Ltd, DBA Widmer Developments. Bylaw number 7025, being a bylaw to authorize the conveyance of certain here and after described land by the municipality of Sioux Lookout to Opus 69 did I read that again? There's two. Oh, okay. Sorry, DBA Widmer Developments, bylaw 7225, being a bylaw to authorize and direct the mayor and the clerk to execute the agreement between the municipality of Sioux Lookout and the Northern Ontario Heritage Fund, and bylaw 6525, being a bylaw to amend the comprehensive zoning bylaw for the municipality of Sioux Lookout for application number Z07-2025.
And that bylaws number 6825, 6925, 7025, 7225, and 6525. Get all the numbers?
Yep.
Be read a first, second, and third time and passed. Moved by Councillor Lego, seconded by Councillor Van Breda, all in favor? Carried, thank you. Notice of motion. A registry of vacant land, residential buildings in Sioux Lookout filed by Councillor Van Breda. Whereas the municipality of Sioux Lookout recognizes it is experiencing ongoing challenges related to housing availability and affordability. And whereas vacant and underutilized residential properties can contribute to neighborhood decline, reducing housing supply and increased municipal service costs. And whereas several municipalities across Ontario have implemented or are in the process of implementing vacant home registries and vacant home taxes as tools to encourage property occupancy and support local housing initiatives. And whereas establishing a registry of vacant residential buildings would allow the municipality of Sioux Lookout to better understand the extent of residential vacancies within Sioux Lookout and help inform council on policy responses. Now therefore be it resolved that the Council Corporation of Municipality of Sioux Lookout develop a framework for a registry of vacant residential buildings within the municipality of Sioux Lookout, including definitions, registration requirements, exemptions, enforcement mechanisms, and potential fees, and prepare a staff report for council's consideration on the feasibility of implementing a vacant residential building tax. We need a mover to put this on the agenda for the next council meeting. Moved by Councillor Costco. It will appear on the as an agenda item under staff reports on the next council meeting.
Yes, that's correct.
Councillor reports. Councillor Timpson, you're looking at McKean.
I know.
Get started, so.
Okay, not terribly busy. Library board, hospital board, and with Councillor Angica, we went to greet a couple of new locums and gave them a little information about the town and hope that they will consider coming back. I think, and the environment committee, fairly routine week.
Very good. Thank you. Councillor Costco.
Did have a busy month. I participated in the community cleanup all 3 days, and we, with a group of people from the community, joined us and different people. So, and Councillor Van Breda one day, It was very educational and very worthwhile. During this, we encountered an unhoused person who was living in an area, and we did some work with Brian. We reached out to the community. We found a community member who was able to contact the community, and we found a solution and got that person home. So it was very meaningful, and that was great. We also cleaned up the Memorial Heart. It was a project that was initiated by the Friendship Center, but myself, Nancy McCord, and an elder from Sioux participated, and the elder did the blessing. And we were able to clean up that spot. Didn't take us that long. It looked really good. So hopefully we missed doing it on the Truth and Reconciliation Day. And that was a shortcoming on our behalf of the committee, and we will try to take responsibility for that and ensure that it is, kept clean and in a respectful manner throughout the year until we do the procedures that we need to do in order to relocate it and to do what we need to do. And I think there was some concern that people were afraid that we were just gonna take it away without letting people know, but there is no plan to do that. There's a plan to replace it as a garden, and it will be very public, and people will have the opportunity to participate in sharing that procedure. I also had lunch with Ellen Anderson, who was formerly on the TRC committee leading a few of our projects, just to find out where we were at and our partnerships and how that was proceeding. So it was good to talk to her, and she was very informative. We've started some of the legwork for our TRC Gala, which is going to happen in April. We're looking for partners. We've contacted a venue and a caterer, so hopefully that's going to start falling into place soon, and we'll have a lot more details on that. I went to the City ceremonies at the beach. I attended the special meeting, also attended the TRC meeting. And we're in the process of getting a new cabinet to locate one of the really spectacular items that are in the museum in a very public place in the community. So we're working on that. Hopefully that will be done in the next couple of weeks, and we'll be able to announce it. Also, I just wanted to make a comment about the bench on the walking path. So when I was cleaning, there was someone living behind the bench that's on the walking path, and I did clean that area on several days, but the bench somehow got removed and relocated. And I've talked to several. I walk every day. I use that bench myself as a senior. I use it when I bike. I use it when I walk. And I talked to several seniors that stopped me to ask, where is the bench? And it's really an access piece. There's a lot of, you see people walking with canes, you see people walking in their 80s. We need that bench there. We need, whatever happened to the bench, we need to find out, and we need to return our bench to the, I think the bench was removed around the concerns around the homelessness, which we were able to find a positive solution to that rather than removing the bench. So if we can investigate what happened to the bench and see if it can be returned, I would appreciate that.
Councilor Grader. Pretty slow month for me as well. I attended the special council meeting on the 29th, attended the environment committee as well for October. I would say that my apologies that I did miss the Louis Riel Day flag raising. Heard it went well. I was at the OPSU broader public service meeting in Toronto, where I spoke with.
That's not a municipal event, though. I'm not sure you should be reporting on that here.
Okay, well, my apologies for not being there, and
The union event isn't.
no, apologies for not being at the flag raising then.
That's it.
Yeah, sorry.
Councilor Cassidy.
For myself, I did have to miss some of the special council meetings because I was out of town for work as well. But I have been busy enough with the hydro board and recruitment, so that's taken up a fair bit of my month. PACE was postponed this week because there's no active applications in for loans, so we didn't meet, so. And other than that, that's been pretty much my month.
Thank you, Councilman Lee.
Yeah, just had one meeting, which was supposed to be yesterday, but it got canceled because things needed to be rescheduled. So that was my month.
Very good. Councilor Ashton.
I attended with Joyce Timpson, the welcoming the doctors. And we provided a PowerPoint of the solar code and we need to update it still. So we're gonna look at updating it more. I liked that video that was on the social media. We could probably use that, I'm thinking. And then we had the TRC meeting and Joan talked about it earlier. And yeah, it's going well. So we're gonna be adding other members, another member for the TRC committee in the future. And also for the Police Services Board, there's no meeting. It's been rescheduled to December 9th, I believe. And I think we will be putting another person on that committee too. So on that board, sorry. I'm not mentioning any names right now because yeah, we haven't done it yet, so. But we have looked at it and gone through the process of reviewing the applications. We'll see what we can do, and that's my report.
Thank you. At the usual, KSB board meetings, governance committee and finance committee meetings. Northwest and Health Unit board meetings, involved in their strategic planning, right now that we're doing, and various, other meetings with the health unit. Met with the OPP just to discuss airport security measures with the mobile crisis response team, the nurse. And met with the OPP just to review CFS and discuss where they're going. CAO mayor check-ins, a few less than normal, as the CAO was away for a couple of weeks. Special council meeting, Louis Riel flag raising day, and Remembrance Day ceremonies at the Legion and at the town beach. And that was my month. And now we're moving into closed session. So we'll move into closed session and just take a 3-minute break. And start up. So the council moves into closed session at 5:41, sorry, 6:41 p.m. To discuss matters of a general nature as noted below, subject matter relating to a position, plan, procedure, criteria, or instructions to be applied to any negotiations carried on or to be carried on by or on behalf of the municipality or local board pursuant to the Municipal Act 2001 as amended, section 239(2)K, one item, local utility. Subject matter relating to a proposed or pending acquisition or disposition of land by the municipality pursuant to the Municipal Act 2001 as amended, section 39(2)C, one item, Hillcrest Development, and subject matter relating to personal matters about identifiable individuals, including municipal or local board employees pursuant to the Municipal Act 2001 as amended, section 239(2)B, one item, appointments to council boards, commissions, and committees. Moved by Mr. Timpson, seconded by Councilor Cassidy. All in favor? Carried. We'll come back. We'll be in closed session, 3-minute Good. Back in open session. And the report that council ratifies motions, the direction given to staff relative to the items presented in closed session on November 19th, 2025, as follows.
Sorry, okay, you were, okay. So the first one, that ratify the motion relating to the pest development. We just need a seconder for that.
Ratify that, move to this, ratify the direction given to staff regarding Hillcrest, moved by Councillor Costco, seconded by Councillor Cassidy, all in favor? Carried.
And the second one is that council approves amending Schedule A to bylaw number 6822, being a bylaw to make appointments to various boards, commissions, and committees by adding Jessica Crawford to the Sioux Lookout Library Board and Dessa Baswa to the Sioux Lookout Environment Committee.
Moved by Councillor Timpson, seconded by Councillor Cassidy, all in favor? Carried. Thank you.
Just gonna say, there's a library board on Tuesday meeting on the 25th, so
Staff will notify her and.
yeah,
Absolutely.
she'll know about that.
Yeah, we'll reach out.
And you should explain to them the location of the meeting, because when our new member came, they couldn't find us.
Oh,
Yeah, and they went to the receptionist and she didn't know where the meeting was either. So they were wandering around texting, "Oh, where are we?"
yes, we'll get
Yeah.
that. Okay.
And confirmatory bylaw number 71-25, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the council of the municipality of Sioux Lookout November 19th, 2025, regular council meeting be read a first, second, and third time in past. Moved by Councillor Timpson, seconded by. Better stay all night, okay. Councillor Van Greda, all in favor? Carried, thank you. We stand adjourned at 7:20 PM.